Yes, you're welcome back. It's still the Daybreak Show on Rock City 101.9 FM. The voice of the people. Today, the 16th of August 2017. I am Toby Joseph.
And I am Chienye. Welcome.
Like I mentioned earlier, what we'll be doing this morning is to bring a searchlight on the local government areas, not only in Ogun State, but also across the 36 states of the Federation. 774 constitutionally recognized and approved local government. Apart from the LCDAs that some states have created, states like Lagos, Osun, Oyo recently, and of course Ogun State recently. In Ogun State, we have 20 local governments and of course 37 LCDAs, making 57 in total. Many times people have questioned why it is very difficult for the LGs and of course the LCDs to perform at the optimum level. What exactly is a hindrance to their performance, to their effectiveness, being the fact that they are the third tier of government, and of course the government that is closest to the people, especially at the grassroots. What exactly is hindering the rural development programs and initiatives of government in the state? And of course, the, the fact that the people themselves believe and the local governments have a whole lot to do and offer, as it were, when it comes to efficient service delivery, delivering dividends of democracy, and of course, good governance. Gone are the days where you find many of these local governments constructing roads, actually, constructing drainages to make sure that we don't experience flooding and, of course, a collapse of buildings. Gone are the days when they were in charge of building incinerators, and of course, you being in charge of waste disposal and management. So many things, including schools. Local governments used to build schools, build garages, build markets, and the like. So many things that, of course, local governments used to do. And people would actually remember with nostalgia the many feats of some local government chairmen in Ogun State. But what exactly is the situation? Is it as a result of economic downturn? Is it as a result of the fact that many of their functions or responsibilities have been usurped by the state government? Or is it because many of those who aspire to become chairman of this local government and councillors are just those who have nothing to offer? Maybe they have nothing in their in their heads, as some may allege, that we've been neglecting that particular tier of government and have allowed riffraffs and never to do wells to actually hold sway and hold those offices. And that's why we've not been able to get it right. Is that true in the real sense of it? That is what we'll be looking at this morning. And of course, we hope that you will be very fair and balanced in your analysis of the whole scenario. We're still actually waiting for our guest. When he joins us, we'll be looking at this together. Chienye, you will recall that even the state governor, Senator Egwuonwu, who, of course, met some of the chairmen of the 20 local governments and the chairman of the LCDAs recently told them that they really performed below average. What exactly are the reasons for this low or poor performance, as it were? He also, treated them as regards their revenue drive. There are so many ways that local governments can make money. So how come you're sitting idling away in the offices waiting for the federal allocation, which is dwindling, by the way? So if you look at that, the governor has a point. But where are the other uh, areas that we are not looking at? That is what we want to explore this morning. 009-868-7344 and 0909-146-9670 are the numbers to call. You can also reach us via the short code 32100. 120. All you have to do is to type rock, never space. Type your message, include your name, and send to 32120.
In Solution Johnson. Yes, you see, Tobi, first and foremost, we have to disagree with the state governors. Most of the state governors have taken over the functions of the local government in terms of refuse collection, in terms of building small communities and clearing of drainages. The state government has taken over all this. Where they will get their revenue, the state government goes there to take revenue also. Let me set to Ogun State as an example. All these small lock-up shops within the areas, the internal revenue generation will come from Okimotown. You will take ask from them, you ask them to pay. Then the local government also will come. Where are the people getting the money from? So the state government should a little bit back up a little bit so that the local government also will function and then generate revenue and then be up to their responsibilities. The state government have not allowed them to do. So how do they function? And it's not peculiar to only Ogun State, almost all the states of the federation. The government have government is select and put people there. And moreover too, as you said, people who don't have anything in their head, they go there by power, by force, by group. Those who are learned are always afraid to contest for local government elections because it's the most violent election that comes up almost every time in this country. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you.
They should be allowed to carry on their functions. The state government should back out. Okay, hello, good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Could you speak up more?
I'm here in calling from Mangatron.
Okay, thank you.
I think this morning, just like what the last caller said, everyone, as in the masses of Nigeria and the citizens of Nigeria, we need to encourage our heart and our mind in the field of speaking the truth whenever anywhere we find ourselves. That is when we will now start at beginning to be finding it right. Because of fear of what is not pursuing us, we lost our zeal on saying the truth. Like this area of government, making the local government as if they are the owner of the local government. It's not supposed to be. When you even look at the area of road workers collector, known as Agulu popularly, you will see one boy just sitting in office, flying abroad every day, and he's using boys to collect money. He will share part of it for the chairman, he will share part of it for the government, and the money when they're supposed to take the rehabilitate market or road or local government road, one person will now be wasting it, collecting people's wives, and doing all sorts of havoc in the country. Everything look miserable in the country. We have to set our mind when how to talk good and anywhere we find ourselves. That is my tip this morning.
Thank you very much. 0809-868-7344 or 0909-146-9670. The shortcut dial 32120. Type rock, leave a space, type your message, include your name, and send it to 32120. And the Twitter handle is @RockCityFM. We're looking at the local government administration and their performance so far. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Gio Shikwari calling from Ashiru.
Thank you.
Yes, the local government administration in Nigeria, as we all know, has not been functioning. And the reason being that we have a constitution that never allows the autonomy of the local government. So when we have a local government administration that is not autonomous, what do we expect? They will not perform. They will not do anything. Until when that constitution is being reviewed, for them to be able to be autonomy, that is when they will be able to perform optimally. With the way things are now, they are like an appendage to the to the state government. So what do you expect? No, and that's why they keep manipulating the local government and the administration and all the people who are supposed to be the head of local government. So it's like they look up to the governor for everything. Until when the constitution is being reviewed, for them to be autonomous, that is when you see them performing. But with the way things are now, honestly, between you and I, there is nothing that they can do. They will continue to look up to the government, and they will continue to manipulate them. And that's why they cannot perform at that level. And that level is the level that they are supposed to be close to the people. But the way things are now, believe you me, they cannot do anything. We only just continue to discuss about it. Local government administration today, as of today, is in a total comatose. So that is one thing, that's one fact we need to understand, and we need to get, into our, mind and into our mentality. So until that constitution is being reviewed, we have so many people who have been advocating that we should, make them autonomous. Even Dogara, the speaker, has been advocating this. So we need to support them. Until when that is done, nothing can be done. We won't see any performance. So far, so good. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bless you too. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, we can hear you. Good morning.
My name is Akin Bidoni from Egwuonwu.
Thank you.
Yes, it is true and it is obvious, just like last week I said, local government is not autonomous. But if we look back, you will see that sometimes the government were given this flat opportunity, they were abused. People that were there then abused it, so-called local government chairman. But then they are abusing it does not mean that they must not be autonomous. So we have to still make sure they are autonomous, so that we can have growth, because they are the closest to the grassroots people. At the same time as they are being autonomous, we will keep on shouting on them through forums like Russell and Actions. We keep on shouting on them until we get it straight. We must not do because we can't throw the bad water and the child away. It's not possible. So please, it's better they are autonomous. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Chienye.
Good morning.
Tobi.
Good morning.
My name is Dr. Onkam
Okay.
from Ashiro State. Local government autonomy and usefulness. But there are constitutional bottlenecks. No doubt about that. Oh, the governors are not attended to breathe. No doubt about that. But what efforts are being made that even with the paucity of funds they have, they become relevant? What? They must think outside the box. That is the issue. Let's talk about the constitutional issue. That does not mean that they cannot work again. But what do we see? One, what is the staff strength of some of the local government? Some of them are so big, they have so many redundant, irrelevant members of staff that we start wondering what they are doing with some of these people. That is where the money goes. When you start paying 90% of their money to pay staff, then you have absolutely nothing again to do. Two is that they are not even showing. For example, I believe that Ogun State and even the local government are losing a lot of revenue from Okada. What do I mean by that? When you see an Okada man carrying 2 or 3 people, you stop him and collect 20,000 naira. Not only will you stop them, you make them sane, you also decongest our road, and then you reduce traffic accidents. Okada money. That is an area. Those are the people who jump traffic lights. After government has been, you wait for them to jump the traffic light, and then you quietly sit them down, maybe buy a bottle of group for them, then they pay fines. Next time, they won't do it. We are living, that's an area we are losing a lot of money. And then condoning insanity on our streets. That is one area of getting money. Number 2 is that even if they give them money, you see the cost of some of these things, grading roads, doing this is so enormous that I don't think the local government can do so much, can do higher, something better in that aspect. But the bit they can do, please, for goodness sake, what are they doing with the money from the store they are collecting? We don't know, we don't seem to see it. Everybody wants to be local government chairman, and they claim there's no autonomy. Why are they running to be local government chairman? There is something they are eating from it, which we may not even know what is going on. There's a lot of money in local government, but we don't let them deceive you. But it's being misused. Let them use the one they have, and then we can talk about having them more. I can go on more, but let me just stop it here. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your submission.
Thank you very much. Okay, we lost that call. Morning.
Yeah.
name is Abodunde from Kudo. The autonomy to the local government is a welcome idea. But I must be frank and candid with you that the House of Assembly, I believe if they wanted to do good, they're supposed to have, to agree with that. Because there's nothing going on in the local government again. All these chairmen there, they are just there for nothing. I don't know why some of them are not putting their letter down that I don't do anymore. Because the state has hijacked all their needs. The other way around is that the local government will also do good when they have the autonomy. Because we have some bad states here. Those do the, the career officer who have been there for long, what they have been enjoying. That time, they will still come back and they are the ones that will teach all these chairmen, this is the way to do it, this is the way to do it, at the detriment of other people in the local government. So it is good to have the autonomy. There's another thing is for them to utilize it very well. Thank you.
All right, that's one major issue. It's not about granting you autonomy. What do you do without independence that you've been clamoring for? Will it just free up more funds for you to steal, or for you to actually affect the lives of the people positively? Which is one major reasons why the local government is central to delivery of dividends of democracy. Who do you have on the line? Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, Chienye. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
Yes. I think the local issue, the past, I guess, the other day I was to support, but I think now I'll be against it again because there's so many advantages. If they are not, I'm not talking about it, I'm not saying they don't have to do, but they should not be, they should other things. So they should maybe not have a lot of what they want, not getting their funds from the federal government. So the money should go to the state and look to it. I'm telling you, totally in charge of the government. Any governor or any state government that wants development, I'm sure will do something about it. Sure the local ones are very happy. As of now said, yes, even if there's no moving, even if it's just one road, that say in 4 years of this pattern, I'll complete this road. It's something. In 4 years, I'll do one all center. But our nature as Nigerians, so we don't care about living any legacy. Why would we start somewhere 4 years? You have anything to point out. Because there's no money. And the promise, you have some power that you use to do something. When you allow those things to wait 4 years when there's no money, that is not an issue. Individual can complain, but government can not there's money one way or the other. There's land for you to farm. So to me, if they want to take on it, they will not make sure they do something. And if you take care of this something that something that having 40 local government, people having 20 local government, that company will not be there again. You can get as many as you want. And I'm sure if states have enough money, interested in development, you give money, enough money to let them start. Because you know they are working for states. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello? Okay, we lost that call. 08098687344 or 0909146970. Hello?
My name is Ogun Labour. Yeah. I'm in support of the autonomy, and that's what you need. But when they have the autonomy, they have the life mind work. Now, the kind of look that we have now, whereby someone will sit at the seat and saying, you go and handle this, you go and handle this, and they are taking their money. Because they cannot talk, because there is a man that put them there. Most of them, even during the election, they don't even say themselves. You believe, they got there, there's a man there that, so you go and handle this, and why will they be at a local government election? And a particular political party, they take over everything. But when they have the autonomy, and after been said that if state ideas or whatever they call it, tell them to go away. Let the federal do neck and do it themselves. The people are struggling for the gubernatorial election. They also struggle for that government election. They will have competition. Not like all the government will have different parties, administering this government. revenue. And whatever you want to generate, you must say you must see what you have done, that this is what you are doing. This is what you are using the money for. If you don't say that and you come back the next time, they will send you away. Because you know there is no government that will tell you, oh, you are doing that place. And I say, FCA should go away for now. Let's even start with this 20 local government of Flavor. Let's start they are going to perform, they are going to work. FCA is going to give them more funding. It's just for political reasons. No big deal in that. Not to stand anybody. What are they doing now? I've said it before. And going on continuously to the next 2 years, 4 years, or 3 years at this where you will still not do anything. Because they are not yet to work. They are there for political reasons. So for life change you go. Let the local government stand. Let them have their autonomy. Let the FNINF conduct the election. Let them talk for that election. They will be ready to work. And if as a political party you have different parties in the state, or even in the final candidate, I don't know that you need to say by 20 of Allah, the president candidate will strike in this state and he will win. When the 10 people are winning, and that will show the integrity. No government will determine for them, no party will threaten them, because they have that autonomy. That's what we are talking about. Nobody should say there. Then where is the money that they are generating? The state government are taking over everything. They are there for nothing. They are there like, just like a dog. They cannot do anything. That's what we are taking money for. And I'm in support of it. They should have that autonomy. That's useful and that's right.
Thank you very much, Alamiko. Thank you.
Oh, my name is Uwe. They are calling from the Uwe area in Abeokuta.
Okay.
Yes. Gone are the days when the local government was the closest local government to the people, whereby we had dispensaries and maternity centers being managed by the local government by then. But now, the state government has taken over everything. Although I support the autonomy for the local government, but the sharing formula for the federal government also should be addressed. Against that 20 or 22% of the allocation is being given to the 774 local governments of the country is just very, very small. Very, very small, very, very minute for them to carry out any meaningful project. So my suggestion is that the state government should hand over to put up annual revenue from the market stores, these vehicles convention like motorcycle and all other, and these dispensaries and maternity centers. So it should be given to the local government so that they can have something to stay on. That's my take this morning. God bless you. God bless Nigeria.
God bless us all. Thank you very much. Hello? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Fine, thank you. Fine, sir.
Yes. I am Pastor Jolaman.
Thank you.
I want to
Yes, go ahead.
if I don't know of any other case, I can say something about my own job here. That the local government performance on this right to move out. There was a time I posted on this radio station that Governor Egwuonwu has turned the local government to mere recreation club. They are doing nothing. The local government are only dependent on the state on almost everything. Even they are means of getting revenue and things. And they are overshadowed by the state government. The state that will do food, do training, do shopping, do everything. So my submission is that the local government is long overdue. And until this is done, local government will remain on data. Thank you so very much and God bless Nigeria.
God bless you too. Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Tobi and Chienye.
Good morning.
This is Ola Oluwabi from Basala.
Thank you.
No doubt the useless of local government in our politics now these things are unnecessary. There are no more institutions of government. There is virtually no clear rule assigned to them in this thing. And what is more, the absence of this clear of government is astronomically. This is giving a paradox and contrast. One clear assignment that one can see that is to them in this is to remain the married contractual that the performance does this and probably on Saturday.
All right, because we can still take a few more calls before we call it a day. At least before the national news. Hello.
Hello? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you have anything that you are calling for? And
issue of a local government autonomy, I will tell you frankly that it's going to be an aberration. Including Nigeria, where you have CPI all over the world, you can do your research. We still have all over the world the federal government and the federal unity from heaven and God. And it is federal and state government. So, and it is that it is and the state house of assembly that have the power to make law for the easy running of local government. The state assembly can dissolve. The state governor can constitute and conduct elections. But in Nigeria, whereby you are running this system and you are causing it federalism, is what brought about this issue of having government being given autonomy by federal government. It is a complete aberration. You are talking about autonomy. All the local government in Nigeria, tell me, how many professionals are there? How many medical doctors are there? How many dentists? How many data accountants are there? So I think it's an example of their manpower profile. Most of them being entered from school start to two to get whatever as qualification. And you want people to be entrusted in the government to work. They are not competent, they don't have the capacity. Even if you grant them autonomy from the move, they cannot run anything. They cannot consult even a gutter up to 500 meters. They want to entrust them at the needs of what kind of autonomy? They even produce revenue. They don't have to manage revenue. They don't have qualified manpower. And want them, and it's aberration. Anything short of giving the state going to parliamentary system. Only under parliamentary system we can have the kind of autonomy that not at all. But in a presidential system where you have governor, that you think the government will not be under the supervision of the governor and the state assembly. So mark my word. That is the right thing. That is what we are campaigning for. Rather than this useless autonomy people are calling for.
All right, thank you. That's Comrade Adinyo. Well, you're entitled to your own opinion. Everyone also have the rights and entitled to their own opinion. Well, our guest has been ushered in. We have in the studio now Comrade Arabambi Abayomi. He's the chairman of the Labour Party in Ogun State. But of course, because of our time, we can't actually take any more contributions or actually ask our guests any ask questions. We'll just go this break for the national news at 10. After the national news, we will be back. And of course, we'll take Comrade Arabambi Abayomi in the studio. You're welcome.
Good morning, people of Ogun State.
All right, you're going to tell us what exactly you think is the challenges or are the challenges or the problems bedeviling the local government administration and performance this morning. Like I mentioned earlier, we have in the studio now the chairman of the Labour Party, LP in Ogun State, Arabambi Abayomi. Comrade, you're welcome to the Daybreak Show.
Thank you very much.
All right, Comrade, before you came, a lot of issues have come up. One of the major reasons people have alluded to that is hindering the performance and efficient service delivery at the grassroots, at the local government level, is the fact that governors have usurped the powers and responsibilities, or state governments, as it were, have usurped the powers and responsibilities of this local government. Do you agree with this? And if you agree, what are these responsibilities that they have usurped?
Thank you very much. Actually, I felt if not for the kind of country that we are operating, most of these governors were supposed to be charged for treason. Because when you do something against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, they were not supposed to tamper with the allocation of this local government. That is the third tier of government, for God's sake. We have the federal that has the allocation, we have the state that have the allocation, and we have the local government that also have the allocation. But you see, what you see most of these governors, what they do is, they just conjoin a meeting between themselves and the House of Assembly, where they, in the middle of the night, they just pass something they call state joint account, between them and the local government, when this money is coming, they will sit down with the commissioner for local government and dictate to the chairman, what they are going to get. Like, is it for June? I think Ogun State allocation to local government is around 1.9 billion. But I can assure you, what will go to them will not be more than 300 million. All the 20 local government combined, because the most governors, it's not peculiar to Ogun State alone. It's peculiar to mostly 36 states of the federation, except FCT, of course, that has a status, of
the seat of power.
the seat of power. But every other state, state governor, probably Lagos State might not, be well embedded in the kind of impunity. But I think aside that, most of these governors, what they did is against the constitution of Nigeria, because they only try to hide under this constitutional provision for the state assembly that said they can make law, for the good governance of their state. The local government administration is under them, blah blah blah. But by our own schedule in the constitution, local government supposed to be autonomous. I think we have experienced it before. I think was it during the IBB regime, and there was a time local government, they were autonomous, that they were getting, their fund directly. But what most of the governors did was to cripple the administration of local government. That's why you see in Ogun State, even now, it's even worse. I have not seen any project, embark upon capital project developed by any of these local government chairmen, because there is no fund with them. My local government, Abeokuta North, sometimes they may have maybe 1 million, sometimes 121 million, but at the end of the day, they will go maybe with 20 million, because the governor will just tell them, okay, we are going to divert this for this, we want to pay for this contractor, we want to pay for this one, we want to pay for this road, we want to pay for this school, we want to pay for this, bridges here and there. And I don't think that is the constitutional right of the local government, but because of the kind of impunity that is so vast in Nigeria now.
Okay, now comrade.
Okay, Tobi, let me ask
Yes, quickly.
But on your own, what efforts are you putting in place to be able to generate these funds rather than depend on the revenue that is being allocated?
Well, local government has their own statutory revenue generating capacity, but this has also been used up by the state governors. Local government was supposed to be collecting, what they call tenement rate, these television and radio licenses and co, but all these things have been taken over by the state government in the name of this idea that we have shortage of fund from the federal government, therefore we are going to use your own. And don't forget, this is the government, that is closest to the people, because you can't go to Kemoso anyhow, but you can go to local government and walk straight to the office of the chairman, or you want to see the councillor, or you want to see the leader. All of them, they are just there, with the people. They mingle with the people. It's not like that where you have a lot of security men that that guide Mr. Governor. You don't just go to any state and say want to see Mr. Governor. It's not possible, except your schedule, or you want to go to Aso Rock. If your name is not on their list, you cannot come in. But the people that were supposed to be close to the grassroots, they've been crippled because of this state local government state joint account being operated by most of the governments.
Now that means we've identified some major issues. One, the constitution. Before now, the agitation for local government autonomy has been rife. Right now, members of the state assemblies across the country, and of course the National Assembly, are voting to grant local government autonomy. Do you think this will go a long way in solving this problem?
Yes, of course, it will. But I could see, at the end of Esau, the leg of Jacob. Let me now come back to my state. I watch TV sometimes where NUT want to meet the governor that they don't want, autonomy for the local government because of their salary. You see, now what happens? I can tell you categorically how much they are being owed now, even without that. So they have no justification except for political reason. They said allocation should come. Our allocation to local government is not only about teachers, it's about the people. So they don't just hide under, having one support or the other for government of the day to now say you don't want it. They are not the one to tell us they don't want it. The people, no road, have been graded. Construction of even common drainage Local government chairman cannot do that in Ogun State and most states of of the federation. So why would an NUT, just a very small arm of an local government, will now go and meet the governor that we don't want this thing to be passed? And I also want to use this opportunity to tell the assembly, every one of us, we are watching them, because now we have two things coming to them: the assembly autonomy and the local government autonomy. I want to give it to the speaker because I read something about him when he said they are going to fight local government autonomy and also the state assembly autonomy. What is killing the assembly is also what is killing the local government. Go and look at the building of the assembly. You will even think they are rearing pig or something there. Look at it from the outside. No renovation, no nothing. Because they do have fund. They have to go and meet the governor for everything. When they want to use tissue paper, they have to go and meet them. Local government, when they want to do anything, they will run to the commissioner for local government. That is absolute insanity.
That is another issue.
I hope this opportunity will not be misused.
No,
what do you think?
See, it cannot be misused, because let me tell you what they normally do at the local government level. When allocation comes, they will have made the order to sign all the check due to the state government. They will go and hand over this check to them, so that at the end of the day, when your allocation comes, what you have is the balance, maybe 19 or 15 million that will be left. Now, who is taking the liability? Nobody. But when the local government receive 120 million, no problem. Go and mismanage it. People are watching you, but a lot of people cannot go and meet the local government because they knew even to pay salaries of councillors is difficult. How many of these our ex? I am also one of the ex political functionary. I've been a supervisor in Abeokuta, I've been an ex in Abeokuta, but I am not even craving for that now. But other people needed that money, for them to survive. Why? Because nothing was coming. I didn't mean they have this money directly from the state, from the national. Nobody, is it the organ or the chairman that want to use some manner of Oluwole and Jankara to deceive the councillors or the supervisor? It's not going to be possible. But because the chairman also cannot help himself, so he will not be able to head his subject in the local government. Then the people that voted them in can also not do anything, because they knew how that money is being spent. That when this money comes, the chairman will not even be able to do anything other than for him to go and meet the chairman, commissioner for local government, and they will tell him, look, from the 120 million, what you have left is 50 million, take, go and manage. And they too, they will now go to bank for augmentation, that please borrow us 5 million naira to add to this.
Now, still talking about constitution, many people believe it's an aberration, actually, for the state government to have a commissioner for local government and chieftaincy affairs, which will make the local governments who are duly elected members and members of the authority of government to be subservient, or to be an appendage, and go cap in hand, go a begging, as you put it, at the office of the Commissioner for Local Government. So should we begin to tinker with that, maybe to scrap that office first, grant authority to local government, and of course that will actually free them to perform optimally?
You see, Tobi, the essence of having Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs was not what most of these governors now change it to. It is just for monitoring, because when you are chairman of local government, normally there should be a reporting authorities.
Yes.
So they were supposed to monitor them now. But what most of these governors now do over the night was to now conjure this state and local government joint account, to be supervised by mostly deputy governor and the commissioner for local government chieftaincy title. So we don't need to remove the office of the commissioner at all from the constitution, because it is an element of the state assembly that they have that power to legislate on local government administration in their respective state. But the issue is their financial autonomy. If, for instance, I'm chairman of local government, if I misappropriated public fund, I will be made to answer questions. And let me tell you why, like she asked, why they will not misuse that money. The reason is very simple. If something comes to the account of the local government, if I am now the one distributing money for frivolous project, I am the one that will be answerable. Whenever ASCC come calling, 10, 15 years, it will be answerable. When 1, 2, 10 people are now made good, I can assure you that every other person, they will touch their hand into their pocket and behave well. So not all the governors are being, challenged by the FCC after their tenure. Some of them knows what they are doing. Some doesn't know what they are doing. They are at the end of their tenure. They begin, AFCC now, began to start. They stretch their dragnet to be looking for them with helicopter and a drone, because after 2019, I'm very sure AFCC had to deploy drone to be looking for some governors.
Okay, now good. One other issue which we have often talked about is the issue of this joint account between state and local government. Can that be frustrated legally? Can that be tested? You are a chairman of an opposition party. Can you actually challenge the state governments across the country to stop that, because you believe it's hindering development and of course stifling the growth and performance of this local government?
Well, it's the most of this our governors. Another name I can give the association is, let me say, Association of Impunity Driving, because even when you want to do such a thing, they will go and now be maneuvering their way, at the federal level there. But let me run this your answer on the perspective of my state. In this state now, we have a lot of projects that this administration has a back upon, and most of the reason why they claim they are tampering with their fund from local government was because they have to use this money, for other projects that belong to the state. And this project, let me begin now to mention them. They took money from local government, they divert it to go and build most of these model school that has not been completed for the past 6 years. They took this money for most of the dubious roads and bridges that they are constructing and they have abandoned. Now, what is the business of local government in the construction of 10-lane road from House Assembly to Shagamu Interchange, when the people you took their money, you diverted it that you want to go and do road for them because of industry? The tenement rate that they are taking, go and look at all the local shop, Omida, Ibara, Chapon and Co like this. You see state government agency going there to issue receipt for tenement rate. Immediately they left, you see local government, they want to come back. Why are we duplicating these functions? If anybody says local government is not viable, then state government is also not viable, because they were supposed to also generate their own funds, from their own statutory revenue generating agency, not, finding their way.
Well, comrade, the state government has stated categorically that they are not tampering or deducting local government allocation. That in fact what they do is subsidize and even help these local governments who are actually crippling under the weight and burden of payment of pensioners on their payroll, payment of primary school teachers, and even local government staff. The state is actually augmenting the payment of these people's emoluments. How do you react to that?
It's a lie. It's a lie. They are not augmenting anything. We have also been, at the level of most of this administration, and we know how most of this thing is done. Now, let me tell you, in this Ogun State, nobody, I challenge them, they can call in so that we'll now begin to open up issues. Nobody assists any local government with any fund. They don't augment anything. If they do, they will not be owing 83 months of contributing pension. They will not be. Gratuity was paid last by this administration in 2013. 2013, that was when they paid gratuity. And those ones that they paid, even they were changed to 30%, 35%. Civil servants are charging even when they have retired. Now, a government that was unable to pay gratuity now, but pay last in 2013, that government will now tell you it's augmenting. What about the money they are owing teachers? What about the deduction from the cooperative? After they have even crippled local government, they still went as far as committing that further impunity against the civil servant. When somebody contributed maybe 40,000 out of 80,000 into cooperative, now, but because I as a cooperative manager, I can't be looking for you people to collect the money back from you, and I say, okay, please, from the paying, from the source, all this money, please remove it from their salary, send it back to our cooperative. And what does government do now? Government now went there, divide the money. That is their English. But for us in Labour Party, they stole that money because you do not have the right to tamper with my contribution. But up till now, I think it was some of them were paid 3 months, some of them were paid 4 months, some of them were paid 6 months. They are still owing them how many months now? What happens to that money? Why are they using that their money, to build all these dubious road and bridges up and down? Model school that they constructed at over 2 point something billion has not been completed up to today by this administration. Model school. And this government told us that every child will pay 1 million naira per term. That means 3 million naira per year in a government public school. So where on earth with this civil servant that you have changed their money, that their gratuity were not paid, contributing pension were not paid, and you want them now to sponsor even their children or their grandchildren, to school with 3 million naira in Ogun State. This is our Ogun standard, where you ask. I don't know whether Tobi can afford it, but me, I cannot afford it. I don't know whether Tobi can afford it, but I know over 99% of people in Ogun State cannot afford to pay 1 million naira per term for their kids. So that shows that even our governors are the one causing all the problem all around, not only peculiar to Ogun State. All of them are the one causing the problem, because when you eat deep into local government, you cripple local government, you now go in and meet even the civil servant, you cripple them also just for your own selfish means and financial extractioning tendencies.
Beyond this your argument, one issue which I think we should look at is the fact that local governments could be more productive if they are not lazy and lukewarm. They have the land at their disposal. They have agriculture under their particular government. Now, how come they are not looking at developing agriculture, making sure that they maximize the agricultural potential of each local government, the resources, both natural and mineral, in their particular domain, so that they can even put up a fight with the state when you talk about revenue.
Now, thank you very much. I will still refer you back to how we started this.
Yes.
A local government allocation per month maybe 114. Let me use Abeokuta South now, for example,
Yes.
or Ado-Delta. Sometimes Ado-Delta can take 169 million in a month. But at the end of the day, when this money comes, if they say we are lying, the people in charge can come, we will bring documents for their payment in May, June, April, May, June, July. We will bring it to the studio so that it's not going to be a question of somebody coming out to job branding figures. Now, when the local government is paying 169 million direct allocation, and they come because of the governor and the assembly, they have cooked up their own constitutional means to defraud the people at the local government. They will now ask this money to be paid into the state joint local government account. Now, if you now call the chairman of Ado-Delta that was supposed to receive 169 million, you now give the man 30 million naira. Now, this 30 million naira involve the payment of the man, the chairman money, the vice, the councillors. Whatever it is left, border to nothing. The state government will now tell you, okay, they want to use this money to go and augment certain road construction. We want to use this money to augment hospitals. We want to use this money to augment certain things in education. How do you want them to now via into agriculture? How do you want local government to develop with this 30 million? The following month it can be 28 million. The following month it can be 31 million. What do you want them to do? No bank will give them any loan because there is no cash flow record with this kind of amount of money. No bank will give them any money. Except, I didn't mean they have this. There are no way they will not have surplus. Because local government can say, okay, come, Zenith Bank, let us discuss with you or First Bank.
I have 169 million.
I have 169 million, but salary of teachers and co will go this. I am going to have 43 million naira left. Please, this 43 million naira, we are not going to use as a security. I'm going to use 3 years, my tenure. Let me use 2.5 years. I'm going to use 14 million as a security. Please give me so amount of money. The bank will now say, okay, fine. They look at your cash flow. They will now look at the money. Okay, 43 million. Even if you give the local government this money, everything with our interest maybe will take 41. The bank will definitely give them that later, maybe in the next 10, 15 years, let us say how it's going to work out. So that people will not be able to apprehend their chairman on the road. Now come Oga, this one you took 150 million. What's your problem? Look at our road. That chairman will not be able to give them anything excuses that government are taking everything. They say, no, government has not taken anything. You are taking your money directly. So please do the needful for the local government, or you are going to face problem.
All right, let's quickly take some of the contributions. I know we took some calls earlier. We'll still take more calls, but let us quickly go through the messages coming in and then the tweet. It is long overdue. Actually, state governments hijacked all revenues from the local government. Hence, the local governments have been hiding under this for non-performance. If autonomy is granted, then let us hear what they will say. Because for a decade, no effect on local government again, like it used to be. No impact at all. What are they doing? They can't build culverts, they can't build drainages, they can't drill boreholes, they can't provide electricity. They're just figureheads in local government, just sharing money they can get. Are they sent in that one? The local government's main objective when they were formed have been deviated from this with this current democracy we are practicing. They have not been able to access all dividends of democratic government due to overhaul power exercised on them by the state government. The masses and the grassroots feel the positive and negative side of the local government because they are close to them. I rate their performance low according to all factors of governance, and I believe they will be better with financial autonomy. Honorable Mankot Yusuf from Abeokuta sent in that one. Local government autonomy, if this happens, how do we take care of this agitation? The number of local governments in some states and fewer than necessary, while some states in some other parts of the country have quite more than is fair. Two, what would happen to local government development authority created by some states on their own? State like Lagos and Ogun State. That's Yinka Dedenyibo. And this one says, I work in the local government. The state government is not paying local government allocation from the federal government. And the state government has crippled local government administration in Ogun State. That's Aki sending in that claim. Local government gratuity was last paid in February 2011 and not 2013, to correct the guest in the studio. That's Ademola from Idiaba. Okay, more messages coming in. Let's quickly check out the tweets. This one says most of the local government chief executives don't know their schedule of duty, and some don't even know what to do and how to do it. They need serious orientation. Etc. Motor park tickets and local governments collect 15 naira daily, while the transport unions collect theirs per trip. So who is wiser? As Oshumoiwa Fatai. Sakara Man Olayode says local government can't do anything because they have no autonomy to do anything without the state. Local governments have failed woefully, nothing to show. God bless Nigerians. Leo Leshi Olari says local government administrations are not well funded, again because of their corruption. Many chairmen are not doing anything when they get into office. And Shobolaru Timitaiwo says, Comrade Timitaiwo Ariwoko believes that the local governments are in tatters and in the doldrums and comatose due to lack of proper funding. Oshumewa Fatai once again says it is obvious that with people like a guest in the studio, the premise of his argument on allocation is wrong, saying nothing about IGR. All right, he also reacts to that. Comrade Arabambi. Baton Luce, he says, I salute my friend in the studio. There is no alternative to local government autonomy to achieve sustainable grassroots development. That's Baton Luce. Comrade Abayomi has spoken well, and I can hardly fault any of his submissions. That's Yemi Da Vinci. Please let your guest tell us the story that led to the state and local government joint account allocation committee. Oshumiwa Fatai sent in that one. All right, you want to quickly react before we take the calls? Quickly react to that.
Well, the idea of local government, we have talked about it, my brother, that most of them were supposed to come from most of this, the tenement rate here and there, and some few local industries cited, within those local government. But our local government were not able to do this. Most of the functions have been usurped by the state, so they couldn't do anything. That's why you see, local government cannot come out boldly to say, we are able to generate IGR. But for Ogun State, I am not the one that gave the figure. It was the governor that said every month they generate 7 billion. But if that is even the case, it's even better. I want to implore the State Assembly to give a speedy passage to the autonomy for local government, and also to the autonomy to the State Assembly. If we have 7 billion naira IGR, there is no need for this government now to be looking for $350 million loan from World Bank that will pay for 30 years, even when we have 410 billion naira local debt in Ogun State, payable over 65. But the commissioner herself said the $350 million will be paid with 5-year moratorium and 25 years. So if you add everything together, I don't think we needed this loan. Let us concentrate on the 7 billion and the little one coming from the federal allocation. 7 billion times 12, Toby, we are talking about 80-something billion in a year. I think we should be okay. Rather for us now to go and seek $350 million, which is 127 billion that we are going to pay for 30 years. If we can generate 84 billion, I think we are okay. In a year, times 4, now we are talking about big money. I think we should be able to manage our resources and, stop to put Ogun State in a further perpetual, indebtedness. So, my brother, there is no way IGR can come from local government, because as of today, all their functions have been taken over by the state government. It's only Ogun State government. Part of the 7 billion we're talking about, part of them belong to the local government, because it's not the function of anybody in state government to go to local shop in Ichapon and be asking for tenement rate.
All right, this message says if local governments are not independent, they should rather be scrapped. The purpose of creating local government as the authority of government is for impact of government to be felt at the grassroots, which is the case at inception. But now that local governments can no longer construct villages, simple amenities for communities due to being caged by the state government, so what is the essence of their existence then? Issues of misusing the power is not an excuse. Federal government and states misuse funds too. For many arms, anyone found guilty of such should be punished. That's this sending in that message. Yemi Da Vinci once again tweeted this. I want to ask the guests, what can the local government chairman do? Because the kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violence taketh it by force. You want to quickly react to that, Comrade?
Yeah, they have no power of their own, but they should just rely on the goodwill of the people of Ogun State and that of the Ogun State Assembly. Though I pity Ogun State Assembly, because even their function has all been taken over by the government of the day. They've not been able to do anything meaningful. And I want to start an example. I remember even when this issue of local government when they were unable to pay some money, we wrote a letter to the assembly, the clerk specifically, that they should at least give us a copy of the budget, pass into law. But unfortunately, they replied from the assembly through the clerk office was they don't have such thing with them, and everything has been taken over. Whether by fire by force, I don't know, but they said Attorney General now keep every budget with him in the office. So Assembly doesn't have anything to work with. They just go and read newspaper there. Whatever the speaker tell them is what they do. So, but I plead with them, they should at least wake up to their responsibility and pass the local government autonomy. Because if they pass their own and they don't pass the local government autonomy, I can assure you, we will take them to court.
All right.
Return to the calls 08098687344 or 09091469670.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my sister. I'm tired from other.
All right, gotta go straight to the point because of our time.
Arabambi.
Good morning.
Oh, you have spoken very, very, very well. Spoken the minds of Nigerians, not only of the citizens, but every one of us. Everywhere we are discussing now, people will be hearing you. You see, when we don't have faithful leaders, when we don't have truthful and then trustworthy people, how do
we will now go looking for confidence in those people. We have lost our confidence, in them. So probably they need to begin to wind up and then see how they can. Probably we must stop them from going back to, going to tennis now. The governors we are talking of now. I want to ask you, what do you think of those local government, CG or whatever you call them now? How do you think they can be effective now that they are only being to share 300?
Oh, sorry about that. I can't lose me. We lost your call. Hopefully you can get through. Hello, who's on the line?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
I want to ask you a question.
Oh, your name, please.
Where were you in
Your name.
My name is Femi.
Femi. All right. Yes, go ahead.
Where were you in 1991 when someone was picking up and started to transfer local government out of their salary?
Where were you in 1991?
It was the one that led the talk to be there because of their salary. That's what the phone on me. I know the local government are paying
Femi, Femi, can you repeat your question? The guests can hear you.
Where were you in 1991?
Yes.
That was picking up. I started to transfer local government because they were requesting for their salary.
Primary school teachers.
The talk was led by that people now. Was the prophetic council by them. Because they were asking for their salary. Where were you there? You can't hear me that. The allocation for federal ministry, 1.9 billion. It's around 2.5 billion. Local government salary is around 800 million. That's around 600 billion plus. 3 billion plus. Why do you want to get the money? Don't get the money. Because the state government are entering you. 1.9 plus 1.9 is the primary school teachers in Ogun State. And that's not the primary school teachers in Ogun State. So mathematics now. How can you wait to look at government? That's what I'm saying. I know.
All right. Thank you, Femi. Let's take one more call, and then we get your reactions.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Sorry, my name is Mr. Vanessa from Abadu.
Okay.
Thank you for your information on our local debt, 110 billion naira. We are not enjoying our line of borrowing sufficiently because we need a lot of, we know the condition of our area, Abadu, where I'm coming from. You see, another problem facing the local government in this Nigeria side. The problem of dollar that make the government unable to release the required funds generated from the federal allocation to the local government. They are so foreign economy, foreign account dependent. Only the state government of Ogun State people are Muslim. The only one that causes the money or operate a foreign account. There is no tenure. Money has been dependent on this, and these are the kind of reasons why we do not enjoy money. Take the second example. Yes, corruption, we don't think about it. We enjoy it in the public, in the private sector. Because you see the money in the bank, and you can borrow it for
All right.
So,
Thank you very much. Because of our time, we won't be able to go on and on. All right, Comrade Arabambi, your reactions to this final contributions by our callers.
Well, thank you very much, Femi. You are my namesake. But let me quickly educate you on some things. For the fact that somebody did something wrong 30 years ago is not a license for that thing to continue. What we are discussing now is issue of local government autonomy. Was local government autonomous during that my brother you mentioned, DG I will call him, or local government autonomous? The problem they are facing then was also what we are facing now. But what the Senate and the House of Rep is trying to do is this, to make the local government more viable. They want to take them out, from the arm of most of these state governors. Let us see the way they are going to manage it. Even you yourself, you don't know, you might still find yourself there. When you are now faced maybe with 200 million naira allocation in a month, let us see how you are going to manage it, because you know that you definitely answer, for it. But you see, on a last note, for me, let me be very, very honest. In Nigeria today, I'm going to liken this Evans the kidnapper to what is happening in Nigeria. We have a lot of Evans and witches in our government houses, not peculiar to Ogun State. Salary of workers have been kidnapped, their pension have been kidnapped. We will only ask them to allow this thing to go. If assembly are free, let me tell you, my brother, if assembly are free, if local government are free, corruption will reduce. Because as if I'm the chairman of local government, no government will ask me to bring 50 million without anything to justify for it. I will not answer, because I know if you give me a word of mouth, go and transfer 50 million to state government account. If I do, I'm on my own, because EFCC will come one day. That is about clearly, they will come, and your lessons will fail you. Even if you shout, the Lord my shepherd, nobody will answer you by then. But we just ask them that we should be free. Let everybody answer their father's name. Let there be autonomy at the assembly level, and let there be autonomy at local government level.
All right, thank you very much, our contributors. We appreciate every one of you, those who sent messages, those who called, and those who actually tweeted on the show. We also want to appreciate you, Comrade Arabambi Abayomi, Chairman of the Labour Party in Ogun State. Thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you very much, Tobi.
Even though you came a bit late. God save you. All right, that's our show. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful Wednesday. I am Tobi Joseph.
And I am Chienye.